Today we are making strawberry rhubarb crisp for two. Now it is the perfect combination of sweet strawberries and tart rhubarb. This recipe makes enough for two, but you can easily double it or triple it for more. Join me in the kitchen as we make small batch recipes with big taste. All right, rhubarb. Question for you, is rhubarb a vegetable or a fruit? Well, technically it is a vegetable. But legally, it was declared a fruit in 1947, so I think it counts as both. Now you can find rhubarb in your grocery store mainly in the summertime or at your local farmer's market. Sometimes some people grow it in their gardens, or my husband used to say they'd find it growing along the roadsides just all by itself naturally in Idaho when he was a boy. But we're gonna need 2 to 3 stalks of rhubarb. Now, rhubarb is naturally in its raw state very, very tart. But when you cook it, add in lots of sugar, it is delicious. And today, we're gonna combine it with strawberries. I think rhubarb strawberry is my favorite combo because that sweetness of the strawberries offsets the tartness of the rhubarb. All right, so the first thing we need to do is prep our rhubarb. Rhubarb is like celery where it has a stringy exterior, so you want to remove that. And you never, if your rhubarb comes with any leaves on it, you never want to use those because they are not edible and are actually toxic, so get rid of those. But you have 2 options with your rhubarb. You can actually just peel off. You can see right here the stringy exterior all the way around. Or when you grab it, you can use a potato peeler and just take it right off. So we're just gonna get this one all cleaned up. Now it's kind of hard to use the potato peeler on this inside because it's concave, so I'm just gonna peel that off by hand. All right, now we're just gonna take it and we're gonna chop it up just like celery. So I'm just gonna take a knife and we are just going to chop it into about 1/4 inch size pieces. Now you'll find that if you didn't get all the stringy exterior off, you're gonna see that when you go to start chopping it, and then you can just finish removing anything that you missed. All right, now the actual recipe, which is always you will find in the description of the video down below, calls for 2 cups of rhubarb. Today, I only have 1 cup, so we're gonna use some extra strawberries in our crisp. All right, now we're ready to mix the fruit together. I'm gonna add in my rhubarb. And I have 1.5 cups to 2 cups of just diced up strawberries. Let me grab a spoon. All right, I'm gonna add in 1/4 cup of sugar. And then we want about a teaspoon, 1/2 teaspoon to a teaspoon of lemon zest. This just adds a nice fresh flavor. And I find usually about the zest of one decent sized lemon is enough. All right, and then we're gonna cut that lemon in half and squeeze about a teaspoon of lemon juice into. I just kind of eyeball it. All right, then go ahead and just toss so that everything is coated in that sugar and lemon juice. All right, for our crisp, we're gonna use, this is just a 3-cup container. I think this one actually came from IKEA. So something around that size, or you could split it into 2 1.5 cup ramekins. That would also work. We wanna grease our container. This is my favorite spray for any kind of baking. To grease my pans is Baker's Joy. Go ahead and just give that a nice layer of that. And then we are going to add in our fruit. We don't want to let this sit too long because it's that sugar and the strawberries is going to start to get real juicy and liquidy. So if you do end up having it sit for a while, maybe drain off a little bit of that liquid, otherwise your crisp is going to be a little too liquidy. All right, well, we got that in there, and we're going to mix up our topping. All right, this is my favorite part of a crisp, is that topping. And I've got a little secret ingredient for you that you may not normally use in your fruit crisp. So I'm gonna show that to you in a minute. We're gonna start with some oats. I'm using old-fashioned oats. If all you have is the quick oats, those will work too. The texture is just gonna be a little bit different. So 1/4 cup of oats, 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/4 cup of light brown sugar, All right, and now for that secret ingredient, I've got my little mini food processor here. I think I've had this since I got married. Still works great. And in it I have put some graham crackers. That is the secret ingredient. I also used it if you've made my apple crisp. You can find that recipe up there. I just went ahead and just pulverized up a couple sheets of graham crackers to make a 1/4 cup of graham cracker crumbs. And we are gonna add those in. It just gives it really an extra little flavor that's kind of hard to identify, but I love it in my crisp. Then we're gonna take 2 tablespoons of butter, and I have just diced it up into little pieces. That makes it easier to incorporate it with the dry ingredients. And then I've washed my hands, so I use my hands just to combine it until you have nice, like wet sand consistency. All right, so it's not really wet sand, it's more like dry sand. But you want those little butter pieces to be pretty small, like smaller than a pea. Then we're gonna add into it a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. If you're not a nutmeg fan, leave it out. And we're gonna add in a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. And just go ahead and combine that. All right, we're ready to add the topping onto the top now. I like my topping ratio to fruit to be about the same. I like a lot of the topping. So if you don't like as much, go ahead and you could even use 1/8 cup of each instead of a 1/4 cup. All right, ready to pop it into a 375 degree Fahrenheit oven for 25-30 minutes. You want it to get nice and golden brown on top. The fruit will start to get nice and bubbly, and it'll be ready to eat. All right, here we are, nice and hot and bubbly. I'm gonna let it sit for a few minutes, maybe 10-15 minutes, just to kind of let it calm down a bit and thicken up so it's not quite so juicy. And then I'm gonna grab some ice cream. Because for me, as far as I'm concerned, the only way to eat a fruit crisp is with ice cream. Okay, can't wait any longer for it to cool down. We're gonna go ahead. And like I said, this is enough to serve 2 good sized portions for 2 people, but you can easily double or triple this recipe. You see, it smells so yummy. And of course, we are going to add some ice cream. So thanks for joining me here in the kitchen today. And as always, if there's a certain recipe you'd like to see in small batch form, I'd love you to leave me a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video.